I know it's possible to subtract 5 from 8, but is it possible to subtract 8 from 5?
Well, let's find out.
Error, examine.
There have been volumes written about the problems of retirement, of the waste of good minds and lives among people in their 50s and 60s. Well, why do people who've still not reached retirement age find themselves out of work? In many cases, it's a result of enforced early retirement.
Let's try to represent our numbers as points on a line. Oh, longer than that. Oh, longer than that. In fact, to represent all of our numbers, the line has to be extended forever or infinitely in both directions. Now, choose a point on the line and call it 0.
Hey, man, bring me the wrench. Hey, Jimmy, man, where's your head at? Give me the wrench.
Come on, man, get these things out of the way.
Come on now, man, we ain't got all week. Oh, man, I can't pull the plug. Hey, man, look, I don't feel like messing around with this thing.
We can't put 0 at that end of the line because the line has no end in that direction. It extends infinitely.
I say go to school, learn, go to work, pay your taxes, be a law-abiding citizen.
We can't put 0 at that end of the line either, because the line extends infinitely in that direction, too. The line extends infinitely in both directions. So you might as well put 0 anywhere on the line. Mathematicians call this the 0 point, or point of origin.
Whatever it's called, there are thousands of people in that fix. People who have settled for something less than they'd hoped to receive in pension benefits. Too young to quit working, too old to find work.
All right, that's 0.
Clyde Shearer has reached what the brochure writers call the golden years of his life. He is 60, a very fit 60. He worked for Standard Oil of California for 33 years as an area salesman. 33 years, according to testimonials, of faithful, loyal service. 33 years of accruing pension benefits, stock in the company, looking forward to a full life in retirement beginning when he turned 65. But just after he turned 55, Clyde Shearer was told by Standard of California that they were not happy with his work, and his choice was take early retirement or be fired.
If you have, say, for instance, you're 55 years of age, and you have 25 years with the company, you reach this situation where your benefits, your stock, your annuities begin to multiply. And at this time, it seems that the Standard Oil has found it expedient to get rid, in whatever way possible, of the employees that have reached this point in their service with the company.
And these are some of those men: Ray Franklin, Herb Remington, Jerry Sardelich. They can be described as typical, these Americans, people who do not know what a welfare check looks like. Hard-working, church-going men who had an old-fashioned pride in their job and in the Standard Oil Company, too. Men with a smile and a shoe shine and more than 30 years on the job before Standard told each of them he was through.
Now let's see how subtraction works on the number line. we can subtract 5 from 8. Now try to subtract 8 from 5. The ancient Greeks said no.
No.
They didn't believe that there were any numbers less than 0. In India, however, mathematicians thought differently. They claimed that there were numbers less than 0. What's more, they had even worked out rules for using numbers less than 0. In the 13th century, a young Italian named Leonardo Fibonacci journeyed to India on business for his father. While there, he studied the Hindu number system. When Fibonacci returned to Italy to manage his father's warehouse, he brought back with him the Hindu number system and an idea for the use of numbers less than 0. You can take 8 from my 5. I'll give you the 5 now, and I'll owe you the other 3. I'll call it -3. Now, you subtract 8 from 5 on your number line. And what's your result?
I assume that you all believe in the free enterprise system. Has this experience shaken that belief?
Yes. Yes. I now think that the Republican Party and big business are sleeping together.
Okay, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Look, something's wrong. Now let's have it.
That's funny. I think I already do.
Talking about money.
VD. Venereal disease.
How did that happen?
You've got to be kidding.
How did that happen?
Well, let's find out.
In 1492, Columbus discovered the New World. In 1493, Europeans discovered that they had syphilis, probably brought back by Columbus's sailors. Trading vessels were spreading the disease throughout the world. By the 18th century, syphilis was so common, it was dictating fashion. Wigs hid loss of hair. Neck clothes hid throat sores. And makeup hid other telltale signs. Venereal disease and its damaging effects may have changed the course of history by infecting the bodies of such world figures as Henry VIII, Ivan the Terrible, and the Chancellor of the Third Reich, Adolf Hitler. Although venereal disease has dealt with dictators, it is really very democratic. It strikes Americans and Russians, rich and poor, young and old, male and female, the good and the bad. This year alone, over 500,000 teenagers will get VD. Except for the common cold, venereal disease is the most rampant communicable disease in the country.
You're up against one of the biggest corporations in the country.
Well,
Can't they just tie you up in a great ball of wax for another 10 years with it?
well, this may be quite possible. But you might say the same thing about David when he went up against Goliath. But he stood back there long enough and threw rocks till he got one right between his great big lazy lagoon blue eyes, you know? And this is just exactly what I mean to do. Everything has to start with one person. One person saying, this is enough. Now, to say you're against the whole establishment, I think that I, a lower class, middle American, has suddenly discovered what the Mexican American, the black American, the American Indian has been trying to tell us all along. That justice goes with the money.
It is the center or point of origin.